Hello, my first graders. Today I'm going to talk to you about base words and endings. Oftentimes when we have a verb, we need to add an ending to it to show that it happened at different times. For example, right now, what am I doing? I'm clapping, right? So we use the word clap and add ing, clapping, something I'm doing now. Now I'm done clapping, and we can say in the past, I clapped. Okay, we add ed at the end to show that I've already done it. Okay, or if I'm doing it right now, somebody can say, Mrs. Bell Mrs. Bell claps. Okay, to show I'm doing it now. So we add endings to the end of our words. Sometimes we call them a suffix, okay, which means it's something that's added onto the end of words. So today we're going to talk just really about adding ing, ed, s, and es to the end. And I'm going to show you how it makes different words as we go. So I have this word jump, right? Somebody can jump. But what if I did it yesterday? So we would say yesterday I jump, or yesterday I jumped. Yesterday I jumped. So I would take this word jump. Okay, that's my base word. We call that a base word. It's the word without an ending. So I'm taking my base word jump. Here's my base word, jump. And I'm going to add ed to the end to show that I did it yesterday. Mrs. Bell jumped. Okay, that's my ending. I add the ed. So I have my base word jump. And to say I did it yesterday, I'm going to say yesterday I jumped, and I add the ed. What if I'm doing it right now? Right now I am jumping. So we would take our base word jump, and if I'm doing it right now, we would say Mrs. Bell is jumping. And we add the ing. And that jumping. Okay, so we have our base word jump. And then we add the ing to say I'm doing it now. Jumping. Okay. Now, another one that we can add to it is jumps. The dog jumps over the log. So here we take our word jump. Jump, that's our base word, jump. Okay, so think about it. Jumps. What do I add to the end? What's my ending or my suffix? An S. Jumps. Okay. We talked a little bit before about adding S to the end of words when we're writing it in a sentence, or to the end of verbs. All right. So we have jump, jumped, jumping, jumps. Our base word was the jump, and then here is the different endings that we add. So we call them endings or suffixes. Let me give you another example. How about the word fill? Okay, like you can fill a cup of coffee. Fill. Okay, what if I did it yesterday? Yesterday I filled my cup of coffee. Do you remember what we add to that? Think about, what am I going to add? Ed, ing, or s? Filled. Ed. So I start with my base word fill. I'm going to write it kind of close together. Here's my base word fill. And then I add my ed to it. Filled. There's my ending. So I can fill a cup of coffee. Yesterday I filled the cup of coffee. What if I'm doing it right now? I am filling my cup of coffee. Filling. What am I going to add? Ed, ing, or s? Ing. So I'm going to start with my base word, fill. And then if I'm doing it right now, I'd say I'm filling. So I add the ing. Fill. Filling. Okay. And right now we could say she fills her cup of coffee. So what am I going to add to that? S. Here's my word fills. Here's fill, and then if I say I'm doing it right now, she fills. Here's my S. Okay. So remember, we can add ed, ing, or s at the end. All right, one more example. Here is the word catch. Catch. Okay, catch. Now, here's the tricky part. Actually, Mrs. Bell does not want to do. I don't want to do the word catch. I'm changing my mind. You ready? I'm allowed to do that. I'm going to do it down here so I have a little bit more room. I'm going to do the word brush. Brush. Okay. The reason why I didn't do catch is because we don't say catched something, we caught something. So it's a little different when we're talking about our tenses. So I have brush, like I brush my hair. Okay, let's see if you can figure this out. What if I did it yesterday, which I did. I brushed my hair every day. So yesterday what would we say? I brushed my hair. What am I gonna add to what ending am I gonna add to the word brush? ed. Very good. So here's my base word, brush. Oops, brush. Okay, my base word, brush. And then if I did it yesterday, I'm going to add ed. Yesterday, I brushed my hair. Okay, so I can brush my hair. Brushed. All right. What if I am doing it right now? Mrs. Bell is brushing. Very good. What am I going to add to the end of brush? What ending do I add for brushing? ing. So let me put that here. So here's my base word, brush. My base word. And then I'm going to add my ending or my suffix, ing, brushing. Brushing. I'm brushing my hair. Okay. What if I want to use the word she? And I could say she what? My hair. She brush. I wouldn't say she brushed my hair. She brush as my hair. Brushes. Now wait a minute. That sounds a little different, doesn't it? What do you hear when you say brushes? As, right? So let's think about that. As. What are you hearing? There's two letters there. S. E-S. When you end in certain letters, you need the word brush, base word brush, and then we said brush as. So we add E-S. Now, the other ones, we just added S, didn't we? Why do we add ES? Because certain endings like SH, CH, X, Z, when we have those letters at the end, sometimes we need to add ES. Also, if we end in sometimes if we end in certain vowels as well, we add ES. And when you say brushes, you actually hear the es, right? And our tongue goes out for the letter E, brushes. When I say fills, you don't hear the es, right? It's not fill as, no. It's not jump as, no. But it's brushes. You wouldn't say brush, right? Doesn't sound right. It's even hard to make. So brush as. When you hear the as, we know it's es. So our base word was brush, and then our ending was es, brushes. Okay, so this just tells about when things happen. It helps us understand. So we have ed, ing, and s. Those are familiar ones that we use. The one other thing I want to point out to you is, and I know I've talked about this in reading groups sometimes, is when we see an ending at the end of our word like ed, ing, or s, or even es, we've talked about how we can cover the ending up to help us read the base word. Okay, so if you didn't know what this word was, you cover up the ed, and then you're like, oh, filled. Okay, same thing with ing. You see that word? Jump, jumping, jumping. Okay, so when you see these endings, not only do we want to know what they are and know our base word, but we want to be able to cover up the ending to help us read the base word. It's one of the reasons why we want to know these endings, so that we know when we come to a word we don't know, we can cover it up to help us read the base word and then open it up to finish reading the word. Brush, brushing. All right, boys and girls, we're going to do some practice with this.